Hey everybody, this is Ben Schaff with Level Up Tuts. Thanks for coming back and checking out another Level Up Tuts tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to continue on with the Statamic introduction. And before we start, as always, I want to encourage folks to follow us on YouTube and on Twitter. So in this tutorial, what I want to cover is the two methods for how to create pages. So what I'm actually going to start on is I'm actually going to go to the home page of this site, which is just, the default Denali theme. But what I want to do is I'm going to add a page. So there's two ways to do this, like I just said. One way is, if this is your site and, this might be the easiest method for you. So you can either do this through your FTP client or through Sublime if you have SFTP add-on. But what you can do is, we can create a page and create child pages right through the file structure. Because if you remember, Statamic is there's no database, right? That's the main thing. So everything is based on the files. Within the underscore content directory. So what we'll do is I'm going to create a sub page under the about me. So what I can do actually, like a really quick way, is because this is it's going to look pretty much the exact same. I just want a title and the text. What I can do is really just duplicate this, drag it in here. I'm going to rename this, and this is basically going to be the URL. So it's about Ben, and what this numeric digit means here is basically the weight. So the higher the number, the higher it's going to show up. So we can even do this, duplicate it again. Oops. You could, if you actually skipped a number, that's okay. So now let's go ahead and look at, and this is the template that it's going to use within this folder. And what we're seeing are the two components of a template file or a content file. And that is the YAML front matter, where you can define variables like we have here, and just basic system fields like these that have the preceding underscore, where it's just telling it what page is it going to, or which template is it going to use. So this page is going to be about Ben, and that's good enough. I'm going to just give this a refresh, the page, and now we're seeing about Ben. I go to it, about Ben, I'm Ben. This one still says about me. Let's change that one. Go in here. About Scott, I'm showing up first, Scott's showing up second. Again, that's all based on this number here. So what I could do, just to illustrate that, is, well, actually, let me show you this. So these we're both have 1. So I'm gonna refresh this, and you're seeing still me up here because it's the number and then alpha. So it's basically, if you're sorting by name, you're gonna see it in the same order. But I was going to change me to 2 just to further illustrate this. And now we should see, yep, there we go. Now we're seeing Scott's move over me like that. So that is method number 1. And we're going to go into a lot more detail about this YAML front matter in future videos once we get into theming. So stay tuned. So now let's talk about the way that our clients would probably edit content. Excuse me. So once we're logged into the control panel, which I covered in another video, if you didn't see that, double back and check it out. So now I hit pages and we're seeing my pages that I've created. Go ahead and click on this. We're seeing that to about, so I can even renumber things here. This is where I tell it again which template to use. If you're wondering where these templates are coming from, I'll show you real quick. So it is coming from the underscore themes, then the theme that you're using. In this case, like I said, I'm using just vanilla Denali, and then templates. And now we were seeing that same list repeated. And again, once we get into theming and we're going to create our own theme, we'll definitely be digging into this a lot more. But anyway, if you're wondering where this is coming from, or if this list doesn't look right or something, check that directory. And then what we're seeing here is the Markdown language. And so, right, let's just save and publish to get out of this. Oops, actually I have a permissions issue on my content folder. So I'm just going to pause real quick and fix that, and then be right back. Okay, thanks for bearing with me there. Yeah, I'm still sorting out some of the permissions issues. I know that there's some bug fixes coming in 1.5, which will allow me to run this the way that I want to above WebRoot, but I've seen a couple folks having issues assigning the template, and I'm on version like 1.4.2, yeah. So 1.5 is supposed to come out soon. So anyway, we'll just sort of roll with those errors, and I'll just fix them as they come up. But anyway, so yeah, I can make changes here and and save and publish. Again, I'm just going to create another child page for this about me. Go ahead and hit plus, or this plus sign here. This is a standard page. That's the only content type that I have set up, with the exception of the default entries, because this is a let's just say junior. I'm gonna let the slug figure itself out. Page, I'm using Markdown again. Whatever. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So here's my second page, or second page, and it's following up third here. So let's go ahead and see what this did to the file structure. So I'm gonna go in within my about, and now we're seeing number 3 Ben here. So yeah, there you go. So that's the 2 ways to create pages using Statamic. Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure to check out some more of our tutorials coming up soon. Bye.